What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we are going to go ahead and use my man Borsalino in some content. So today we're going to show him off against the Heavenly Demon number 2 Garp challenge. This one is a little bit of a tricky one for sure. There are still like a lot of gimmicks that you do have to deal with, but definitely is a lot easier these days compared to when it did first drop. I will have a secondary video up as well where we take on Revolutionary Army number 2 with Borsalino as our 2 captains. So Borsalino, coming into this anniversary, was the character that I was most excited for to use out of these two, or I guess the 3 debuting characters, although I don't really see myself ever using Nami, even if I did pull her specifically as a captain, outside of using her to farm berries. So just in terms of actually like playing against content, I only really would look at Borsalino or the Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji character. But honestly, after using Borsalino for a little bit in this content, I really do like what they've done with this guy. Specifically, it's the captain ability, and even the EX Super I think is actually quite a phenomenal ability that this guy gets access to. The fact that his captain ability, like as long as you build it correctly, you know, you got to have the right amount of characters, the right amount of tags on your team. But if you can fulfill that condition of having the 3 or more Egghead, Logia, or Navy to get the special bind and burn removal, but also having 4 or more Navy characters, being able to change his captain effect to work against, or to work for all characters, and also the fact that, you know, any special that is specifically targeting a type or a class can work for all characters instead. It's just so good, because if you're running double Borsalino like what we do in this scenario here, you just need 2 additional Navy characters, and then the other 2 characters that are on your team, it literally doesn't matter who they are. As long as they are, like, you know, as long as you have those 2 Navies, the other 2 characters can be literally whatever you want, because all of your specials now will boost for all characters, right? So it's a huge, huge benefit that you get access to. However, all of that taken into consideration here, the one thing that I am like feeling a little bit let down with Borsalino is his special ability. So his special gives the 6 turns of cooldown to the middle row. So that's a really cool ability. And then he also has the ability to grant you the what do you call it? The territory. It also grants you the chain boundary and the tap timing chain buff and all that good stuff. But that's basically all it does. I feel like Borsalino is kind of like more of almost like a support kind of role character on your team, where he is not going to be the main reason you get through content. That captain ability that he has is so crazy absurd though, which is part of the reason why I do think that this character will actually see some active play. But I do feel like his special ability is a little lacking, which is a little unfortunate. But I feel like with the recent additions of these free-to-play Navy characters, the Fujitora, the Zephyr to an extent, you've got Kuzan and also the Sakazuki, all of them are just phenomenal. You know, because we got the batch with Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, all the new rare recruits work under, well, obviously they do work under Borsalino to an extent, but they are obviously the Straw Hats, and they allow you to get access to all of the abilities with Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji and all that good stuff. But the fact that we have these Navy characters that actually give some support to Borsalino is absolutely massive, because if we entered this celebration without these free-to-play Navy characters, man, I don't even know if Borsalino would even be a valid unit to use in content, because being able to run him with these really powerful Navy characters to ensure that you're actually getting that additional effect in the captain to make all your specials work for all characters on your team, it's so big, especially because of the fact that the Navy characters, even like just if we're just looking past the free-to-play units that we just got, the free-to-play ones are obviously powerful, but if we look past that, like the ones that we have in the game are very, very lackluster. And if you're trying to make all these different random Navy characters work together, and they have various different types, various different colors, various different classes, how are they going to work together with the character tag functionality? And the fact that Borsalino kind of circumvents that issue by making all of these effects work for all characters, it really is a massive deal. The EX Super of Borsalino was also a pretty welcomed addition to this character too. You can't use it as a crewmate, so you have to use it while he's in that captain position, which I don't think is that big of an issue, because the highlight of this character is the captain ability. And the effect itself is quite good. Being able to remove 2 turns of intimidation, I can definitely see that being used in like a super boss Kizuna sense. Definitely high damage content. That's going to be really nice to have, but very niche scenarios, because we know that like 10th anniversary Shanks, he also has that ability to remove intimidation on the enemy side of the field, and that has actually come into play a little bit here and there, which is quite nice that he gets that. He also gives top row characters -4 turns to their special charge time. I don't know if that's actually going to be that good. I guess it could kind of circumvent potential special reverse shenanigans, I guess. But the other cool ability is the 2.5 times orb boost for 2 turns that can be overwritten. So that's just nice, just generally, just to get an orb boost on your team. So you can just activate it, you get an orb boost. His special ability gives you 2 different chain buffs and territory. So there's some cool stuff that he can do for sure, along with that extremely potent, like 7.8 times captain effect, as is, as long as you activate that action special, of course. But the fact that you have an overrideable orb boost, obviously fantastic synergy with 10th anniversary Ace, which I do want to make a separate video for, utilizing Ace and Borsalino together. Haven't really got around to getting that recorded yet, but I'll try and find a way to get that done, because that synergy is quite uncanny. The fact that they've basically designed a unit that just works absolutely perfectly with that Ace is so good. And also that Ace being a Navy character, like, it's just wild how good it is. We've already talked about it extensively on the YouTube channel. So yeah, definitely going to make a dedicated video for all of that. So in terms of talking about this team, we're using 2 of those free-to-play units with Kuzan and Sakazuki. These units are just fantastic. Nami Karina as well, with that support of that carrot, just helped so much getting through all of those random stages that have 2 turns of increased defense. And then of course, Sobermask is just a really cool addition as well, because why not have a character that can just launch the special, get some matching slots, get an attack boost, and you can launch it multiple times per turn, per quest, depending on the team scenario. It just works so well. And also, the fact that Borsalino has that massive cooldown reduction when you launch for that middle row means that you're able to launch like a bunch of different specials multiple times per quest, where you normally would not be able to do that. So I think that cooldown reduction ability in Borsalino is definitely going to come into play. Of course, it only specifically affects like 2 units on your team. So if you build your team correctly, just the crazy shenanigans you can get up to is just kind of wild. So overall, so far, first little attempt at actually using Borsalino in content has been overwhelmingly positive. Had a bunch of fun using this guy with a really cool special animation as well. Hopefully you enjoyed the video today, and if you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.